Hey, hot teas, ready for National Mimosa Day?
We are.
Welcome back to Long Island Tea, where we spill the tea on living your best Long Island life. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Sharon. Welcome back to you, ma'am.
Yeah, I don't even know. I just literally had to look at my notes. Like, what day is it?
I know.
What state am I in?
What time is it?
Where am I? So I apologize in advance to our hot teas for my voice, which I think is like lower, and maybe my tone.
It's a little, you sound tired. That's all.
Yeah, my tone is a little bit off, but just all from good things.
Oh, yes.
All the good vibes are out there. So Sharon, I have a lot. We were just saying, like, we haven't even had a chance to talk since I've been back. We have so much to catch up on. Personally, professionally, all of it.
Crazy.
So we're going to do a lot of it here. You're just going to hear it in real time. So Sharon, how you doing?
How you doing? I'm doing good. When you came back, I was so excited.
Oh, I love that about you and us. I was excited to be back, and I'm like, I have so much to tell you, Sharon.
I know.
First of all, I have like, I save TikToks that I'm like, this is for Sharon. I need to share it with her.
And you showed me one. Died.
I just had to. I was like, I don't want to send you stuff because I was in LA.
Yeah.
Which is a completely different time zone. It's 3 hours, and I never know what time and it's always offensive. It's either too early or too late.
You never know.
Which is why you just can't.
And then you got to try and clock it, and you're like, I don't know.
You just can't have any kind of relationship or communication with somebody on separate coasts.
Right.
It just can't happen.
It's just
because you're offending somebody, or you're being offended. Anyway, so. My TikToks, we'll have to do a download maybe this weekend. Okay, so I don't even know where to start. I had to look at my notes because I've been trying to keep notes so I remember where I've been.
Right, exactly.
Since the last podcast, which was a week ago.
I know. It was a good one, too. I loved it.
It was a good one. It was good. So first of all, I went to Arizona.
Yeah.
Right after.
Yeah. The next day.
Yeah. And I moved Kenzie, my oldest, out of her sorority house. So my only regret is I did not have a before picture.
Okay.
So Finnegan, my stepson, and I went. There's a whole other story there. But he went with me, and we went to go see her room.
Right.
Which was, she'd been working on it. Unbelievable. And her roommate.
Was she packed or no?
Although, to her credit, she'd been up since like 3 a.m. that morning because she was supposed to do it that whole week leading up. Yeah. But it's my last week, Mom. Yeah. I have like sorority events. We're at the bar. It was Taco Tuesday. You know, I can't be packing up the room.
I can't.
Exactly. I was like, okay.
I love her.
Anyway, so we walked in. It was a disaster. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I don't even know what's going to happen here.
Yeah.
But so the first night I was there, I stayed at the place we rented, and my dad came over and a whole family thing. And she went home, and again, to her credit, she did a lot of work.
Good.
And then my best friend Jay came, and so we had 3 cars.
Perfect.
We like loaded everything
That's awesome.
up. We stored at my dad's, which is great. And Kenzie, I love the kids that have like no concept of money. I mean, they all work; they're good kids. But she's like, yeah, all my friends like have storage units that we should just get a storage unit next year and just put my stuff there. It's like way more convenient and it's air conditioned. I'm like, Grandpa lives here. So we have Grandpa's house. So why, I mean, you paying for the storage? Do you want to pay?
Right.
Oh, like, second you say that, they're like, oh, no. I mean, obviously I wasn't going to pay.
That is so funny. Did she have a lot of stuff though? Like where
She does have a lot of stuff. I mean, it just
because she's in a house, right?
Well, she was in a sorority house,
right?
So she was still like a dorm room.
Okay.
But next year she moves into an apartment. Anyway, but when you're living someplace, it compiles.
Yeah.
And then we were able to store her car there and everything. But it was so funny. And so then I sent my dad and Finnegan while we were finishing up to get like groceries and get stuff for the house so we could just stay home and have dinner. We were tired. Another funny story about how kids don't know anything about like money. So Finn goes to Total Wine with my grandpa, or with his grandpa, my dad. And I just said, get me a bottle of red wine. Just whatever. I don't even care. Some kind of cab. Easy peasy.
Yeah.
Preferably screw top. I don't care because I didn't have a wine opener. I was like, just whatever you want. It doesn't matter. So they show up. And my dad's like, well, Finn's buying you like premium, expensive wine. It's on my dime. And I'm like, what are you even saying? And poor Finn's trying to talk to the sommelier of Total Wine. And he's like telling Finn, like, this one has notes of whatever. Finn's like, sir,
Blackberries.
I don't know what, I don't care. This is for my stepmom. He's like, what's your price point for her? He's like, $40 to $50. I'm like, no, not a Total Wine. That's like $150 bottle of wine somewhere else. You know, I was like, Finn, that's not what we spend.
Right.
On wine.
Oh my gosh, so
20,
funny.
maybe 20.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Grandpa Mark comes back with Sutter home.
Yeah, exactly. I sent Finn in because otherwise it'll be like God knows what.
Yeah.
Anyway, very lovely glass of wine. Thank you, Finn.
Oh, so sweet.
Anyway, great trip. And then Saturday we move her out all day. Super. It was not too hot. It was actually okay.
I was wondering, was it like
we start early, so it was like in the 90s. It wasn't too bad.
Good.
So we moved her out. Oh my gosh! By the way, on the last night we went out with all her sorority friends. So fun. Patio dining. They're all obsessed with the podcast.
Are they? Hey, girls.
I know.
love it.
Hey, Delta Gamma ASU
So cute.
in the house. They were like, "We love your podcast." They were like, "Is this going to be on your podcast?
Yes, they're
Are we
tuning
gonna
in.
Are we gonna be on it? Are you gonna talk about us? Is this thing?"
That's so cute.
They love it, and a bunch of them are going into tourism. One of them's working at Disney.
No way.
She's already got her job.
That's awesome.
Graduating at Disney in Orlando. And the other one majored in tourism. And she's like, it's my dream to work for San Francisco. I'm like, all right, well, I'm literally going right now.
Wow.
I saw the CEO of San Francisco
Oh
when I was at the show. And I'm
gosh.
like, link in with me.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can help you with that.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? We're always looking for top talent.
Absolutely.
And I would want my colleagues to send people to me.
Yeah.
So she was so cute. They were like, "Oh my God, we love
That's
you.
so
we love
cute.
Kenzie."
Aw.
So they love us.
Good. Hey,
Delta Gamma.
girls.
I know. I was like, the podcast was all they could talk about.
It's so funny. My nephew came over over the weekend, and he came over one time with a bunch of his girlfriends, friends. And he came over the weekend. He's like, "Hey, Aunt Sharon, my friends really want to be a part of your podcast." And I'm like, that is so cute.
I love it. It's so good. Anyway, it was really cute. And then Kenzie and I broke off and went and had like a little karaoke night together.
Yes, I love it. You needed it.
Just the two of us.
Yeah.
You've got that in your future, Sharon. I want you to understand when you can go out
Can't wait.
with your daughter and just have like so much fun.
That is so cool.
It was like awesome.
What did you sing?
I don't know. Kenzie put it in. I can't remember what the song is. She was really well. I won't even tell you that part. I was like, I was going to tell you.
She's like, hold on.
Yeah, they had a little nickname for me on the reader board because it's her normal place that she goes to all the time.
Funny.
And they put like Hot Mom, and she was like, "Oh my God, they're calling you Hot Mom." I was like,
So
"Listen,
cute.
still got it.
Yeah.
Go Devils."
Bring it.
I know, it's
love
on my old stomping ground there. Oh, you know what I sang? Of course, I sang "Hey Jealousy" by the Gin Blossoms
yeah, of
because they're
course.
from Arizona State,
That's awesome.
and nobody knew.
No, of course.
I was like, "This is the Gin Blossoms from Arizona State,"
Oh my gosh.
and everyone's like,
who? What?
"Shush."
Yeah.
Just do your song. Anyway, so I'm always repping the Gin Blossoms, my favorite band, as you know. So then I flew, so Kenzie flew home
Okay.
on Saturday, and I flew straight to LA
Right.
to the largest and busiest international travel trade show of the year, held at LA Convention Center.
Oh my gosh.
And it hit the ground running nonstop.
Yeah. It's like speed dating. We said.
Yeah, every 15 minutes, appointments with international travel buyers, suppliers, marketing organizations like OTAs, which is like your Expedias or your
Yes.
Viators, as well as media. And our team was there and our partners were there. And we had our board vice chairman, Mark
Yes.
Weinstein, came. And it was
He
just
was raving about it. I saw him last night at an event, and he was just like, I know, I've done trade shows, I've been at wedding expos and things like that. He's like, but there is nothing like that. Nothing compares to this. And watching you guys in action, I'm like, yeah. 100%.
It was so amazing because we unveiled our new booth, our trade show booth at this. It's very competitive. Like every destination in the country comes to this. And we're all vying for the attention of these top international media and travel buyers because we want them to promote us in their countries and understand our destinations and all of that. And so in the past, we've had like a piece of fabric that we would unroll
and
hang.
clip on.
I mean, and listen, a lot of other destinations have that still, and it was a beautiful piece of fabric.
Yeah,
you know, we always represent on brand, no matter what. But with our new budget, we were able to have a beautiful, expanded, backlit. It just showcased the destination. You walk by, and you're just like, wow. I can't tell you. We had Ohika Castle and Montauk Lighthouse and the vineyards, and there was one. Oh, then Fire Island, like the beautiful beach. Everybody walked by and made a comment in the pictures. Everybody's like pointing at Ohika. Where's that?
Oh,
and I was like, that's my room. That's where I.
where I sleep.
They were like, people just loved it. It was so exciting to be able to represent the destination in a way that we should be.
Right.
And to really showcase Long Island for the amazing place that it is.
Yeah.
And have everyone be so excited about it. So, and I have our partners there and our board chairman. It was just like, it was amazing, but it was a lot.
Yeah, it's exhausting.
It's exhausting.
You're definitely tired. And traveling cross country, like you said, it's just the time change. Everything just really creeps up on you.
I got back last night. And now the real work begins, because now it's the follow-up.
Yeah.
Not just catching up from everything you've got going on, because the work doesn't stop.
Right.
But now all of those meetings that we had,
reconnecting.
we've got to follow up, because they want information. They want us to connect them with our partners.
Right.
They want to establish tours and itineraries. And I'm like, woof. Yeah. It's great though. And that is, what's so great is because people think that, and we do a lot of marketing. We do a lot of content creation like this and sharing for Discover Long Island. People have no idea how we sell the destination, that we're there at trade shows and we're literally booking business. We're booking people. We're establishing tours, connecting them to our hotels and partners. And we're selling all these hotel rooms in ways that is totally behind the scenes.
Right.
That if you're just putting an ad out or talking to people, you would never know.
No idea.
You're just, people that aren't there are just off the grid. Yeah. Just so you know.
And like I said, Mark was just saying, he's like, it was mind blowing. It was a lot. Witness it as somebody, as an outsider. Yeah. So to speak.
There was over 5,000 people at this conference. Wow. Over 2,000 travel trade buyers and media. And it's like $2.2 billion of business gets booked at this show.
It's awesome.
So we're bringing some of that back to you, Long Island. I know. It was really, really awesome. But I am so tired. What was I going to tell you? Okay, couple things. Oh, so it's such a big deal, right? And LA was the host.
Yeah.
These cities that host this conference, they spend more on this one show than our whole budget.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But every lunch is a different entertainment.
Yes.
Okay, did you know who the entertainment is?
I saw it on Instagram.
Okay, so the first day, it was weird. It was a band called Dogfish, and they usually, like last year, it was like Counting Crows or Third Eye Blind. Yeah. And we were like, Dogfish, what? This is LA. And then they were like, oh, you'll know Dogfish because their bass player is famous for being Keanu Reeves.
Oh my gosh.
It was Keanu Reeves' band.
That's awesome.
And so.
How were they?
They're meh.
As you can expect from Keanu Reeves' band.
I mean, they were like, there's one reason people want to see them.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves.
And then they kept putting the camera was on the lead singer, and because he's the bass player, and they kept moving over and was like, stop it. Just show Keanu Reeves. I mean, no offense.
Right.
So it was like, oh, okay.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Anyway, that was interesting. Keanu Reeves in their in-house. But every single year, the second day lunch is hosted by Broadway in New York City.
I love it.
So it's like the New York Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, we're connected to New York. Oh, and here's the other interesting thing. That morning, that's New York Day. And New York always hosts the press conference for the media that day. So, of course, I go because we're connected to New York. They're our great partners. And they've got all the international media there, and they're talking about what's to come and what their highlights are. Half of it was Long Island. All the pictures, they were like, the Ryder Cup's taking place. Long Island, New York. The USGA at Shinnecock, that'll be in Southampton. That's also on Long Island. And that day I was wearing a bright pink dress.
Oh my gosh.
And I just happened to go. And the CEO, Fred, who's their CEO, thank God I was wearing bright pink because he spotted me.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, the whole time. And he was like, UBS Arena. I mean, they were literally promoting all of our stuff as New York City. And he was very gracious. And he said, I see our partners from Long Island in the room.
Wow, good.
Thank you. So much exciting stuff. I'm like, okay. Anyway, but the lunch hosted by Broadway was it just blows everything away.
Because then it's like Thanksgiving Day Parade, right? Where they have like performances. And
They had
come
like,
in,
six different
snippets.
performances of the different shows. So I was most excited. A little celebrity for you right now. I was dying to see Ariana from Vanderpump Rules, who was in Chicago.
Oh,
I can't remember her last name. But I tried to get tickets to Chicago when she was the lead.
Ariana Madix.
Thank you. And if you didn't watch Vanderpump Rules, she won Dancing with the Stars, right? Or she was either first or second place. She's now in Chicago, but only for a short stint.
Yeah.
And when Thomas and I went, we tried to get tickets, and it was the only night she wasn't there.
Of course.
So I'm like, ugh. And now she's gone. But she was there at the lunch and she performed, and I was like videotaping it for the girls. I'm like, oh my God.
Good.
And here's some super tea for you. They announced at this lunch, and this is great for all of us New Yorkers. It hasn't even been announced yet, but she's coming back to Chicago for
awesome.
4 weeks, a 4-week stint, and it'll be starting in July.
That's so awesome.
So get your tickets now.
Yes.
I was like, since they're promoting Long Island, I'm just going to promote Broadway as part of our destination because get your tickets now. If you come to Long Island, for sure go to Broadway.
That's
it's
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's why not? Anyway, I was so proud. It always makes me so proud to be a New Yorker.
I know. And then the other entertainer.
Oh yeah. Then the last day was Ziggy Marley.
No, what about Diana Ross?
Oh, that she was the opening night. So I ended up not going to the opening night because I had flown all day and I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I didn't get there till 7. I'm literally walking into the hotel as the people are all exiting to get on the charter bus, and I have like Lululemons, no makeup. I've been moving all day. So I'm like, So I didn't make it in time for the opening. And then Ziggy Marley too, I missed because I had a meeting with Alfredo. We had to like recap the whole conference, talk about our strategy. So I was like, I can't, this is fun.
Yeah.
So I missed it. That's fine. It was good. But I was like, next year into Chicago. I'm excited.
That is exciting. Yeah. I love how they announce it at the end of every show, like the next location.
It's Chicago. It's a huge, huge event, but I could not wait to be home.
Yeah. Well, you were gone a long time.
Yeah. Plus, like, I'm just over it.
Right.
I'm over LA.
Right.
It's sunny and nice. Mm-hmm. It's just not New York. It's especially Long Island. I come back and I'm like, thank you for our little villages and our neighborhood. I left, it was spring. I came back, it was summer.
Yeah, exactly. But the pollen is just unbelievable.
That's another reason I was like sneezing my head off.
I literally got a call from the nurse yesterday, and they're like, I think Everly has something going on with it. She's very swollen. And I'm like, she's the only kid? It's pollen. And I'm literally like, can I give her Benadryl and Claritin at the same time? Like, because there's like, she's 4. So I gave her Claritin at like 6:30 in the morning. And then last night I'm like, oh no, she's suffering really bad. Can I do it again? And I was like all nervous. I didn't, just FYI.
Yeah. You're like, don't hate on me. Don't hate on me.
But I was so nervous. So I gave her like ice packs for her eyes because they're so swollen.
Oh.
They're so bad.
Yeah, the allergies are crazy, but I came back and everything's blooming.
Yes.
Like everything in my yard bloomed while I was gone. It's
so
it's
beautiful.
Amazing. And I was like, yes, here we go.
Yes.
Summer.
We are ready.
On Long Island.
Ready.
And let's kick it off with our taste of Long Island.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Are you ready for this? This is delicious.
It's like they knew I was coming back and needed this.
They were waiting for you. It's National Mimosa Day on May 16th. So we are celebrating with mimosas from Bayberry. These feature prosecco, orange juice, and mine features blood orange juice. Michael was like,
cheers.
Which one do you want? I'm like, just a splash of orange juice?
Oh, just for color.
Just for
Michael.
color.
Just orange juice for color. Yeah.
But it's delicious. Bayberry offers brunch items that go great with their mimosas. And they have Bayberry Benedict or lemon blueberry Dutch pancake. Brunches are available Saturday and Sunday, 11 to 3 p.m.
Yeah, it's so funny. I told Michael, I was just thinking about Bayberry, which is an Islip.
Yes.
And
another like close to my hometown.
Yes, Islip.
We're just hitting up that South Shore real good.
Exactly. What the heck? It's also, but Islip is also where Long Island MacArthur Airport is located. In Bayberry, they have lots of great restaurants and bars. And Bayberry, I was just looking because I was reading our blogs.
Yeah.
And if you ever want to read our blogs, they're on our Insider's Guide on our website. And I was looking at like where to go to brunch because I don't want to, we didn't go. Mother's Day, no, stay home.
Right.
But brunch is a yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
When that
was your
correct.
plan.
Yes.
Hit summer.
And Bayberry's on there for one of the brunches.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I need to look into that. I wanted to like Google them more. And,
go to
and
their
then
website.
sure enough, there are taste of today. I'm
know,
like,
so
cheers,
cool.
Bayberry. I'm coming at you.
I'm coming at you.
Okay, so get ready.
Good to know because they have happy hour offering 50% off all their bar drinks and $10 bar bite menus Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 p.m. at the bar. So if you don't do the brunch, you can do a happy hour. They're offering $25 prefix lunch Monday through Friday, 12 to 3. And they do 40/40 Vine and Dine is Monday through Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. What is that? Oh, $40 prefix menu and $40 select bottles of wine.
Ooh,
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
It's really, really good deal.
I love all those deals. And you know what? I like it because then it's like, it makes you know what you're going to get. You feel like you're getting a great deal.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's so central to everything.
Yeah, Islip is super central.
Yeah.
So visit bayberryislip.com. Again, that is bayberryislip.com.
Thank you, Bayberry. And you're in our blog also. So make sure you guys go check out our blogs at discoverlongisland.com. And you can also find out all of this great information. Okay, cool. Thank you. That's really exciting. So there is so much going on. Somebody said to me the other day, oh, I don't know, something about being in June. We can't wait till June. I'm like, it's already.
I know.
When you just said a minute ago, you're like, oh, isn't it? We'll be at Jones Beach at our next pod. And I'm like, is this happening already?
What is happening?
But it's not the next one. It's the next one, in
Yes,
case you're listening.
yes.
But it's happening.
I know. It's happening
is
real
it.
quick. And I feel like we say this every year. It's like we hit April and then we blink and it's December, right? Like, don't you feel like that?
I don't even know what's happening. But let me tell you, it's time to put the pause button because I want to enjoy this summer.
Yes.
I don't know why I feel so ready for summer more than ever this year.
I feel like, well, because we've got a lot going on, we're excited and for, our destination and everything like that. But also I feel like this winter was like super gloomy and cold and like it lingered for a while. So now that it's finally warming up, it's like, all right, let's go. Let's do this.
Let's go. I'm excited. I can't even tell you. I'm just ready for it. And especially when I got out of my car in my yard and it was like so warm
blooming
and everything's beautiful. It's so pretty, especially because, I was leaving the West Coast where summer, especially in Arizona, not the peak time.
Right.
Not a lot of greenery going on
no.
where I was coming from. And also another exciting part about coming back is that our team is finally 100% filled as of this week.
Isn't that amazing?
Because we have a new team member.
I know.
And she's sitting in with us today.
She's hanging out with us today, listening in.
Debbie, our senior sales and sports manager.
Yes.
And what a wonderful addition to our team you are. So every time there's a new team member, we have them sit in so they can see how we do the pod.
Yeah. And she's literally hitting the ground running. She started.
I know.
And she's just she's really awesome because she did a lot of research before she started. So like typically when we onboard somebody, we're like, okay, spend the first couple of days just like diving into our website and listening to the podcast and watching the LITV's YouTube's shows. She's like, I already did that.
I love that. I love
She's like, I'm all caught up. And I'm like, that's awesome.
And I'm excited for Debbie because so many times that a lot of the people that work here are young or younger and have littles. And other than Chris, like nobody else has kids my age, right? So Debbie's got college age kids.
Yeah, same age.
Somebody to relate to.
Yeah.
One of the things I was going to talk to you about, it's not really celebrity, but I just read this article on Reddit and it says that this woman she went viral for saying she doesn't want to go on her girls trip. She's like anti-girls trip because she's like, I don't want to talk about marriage and kids for 3 days.
Oh my God. I just saw that.
Did you?
It was
like
on
a whole
TikTok.
viral thing.
Yes. Yeah.
And because she's single.
Yeah.
And so it made me think. So every year when I go to this show, IPW, we carve out time and I do like either, just happy hour or a dinner with all my girlfriends,
right,
who I've grown up with that live in Arizona.
Right.
So they're all still in Arizona except for me. And so I really love that about them. They see each other all the time, but they were like, let's get together.
Yeah.
And I miss them so much and we all catch up on our kids and our family. But my one good friend from Scottsdale, Laura, she's single and she doesn't have kids. And this article made me think of her. I'm like, This poor woman has been doing this with us for 20 years.
Yeah.
Listening to all of our kids. Are you going to get their ears pierced? What's happening with them? And what college are they going to? Blah, blah, blah.
Did they go through this or did you experience that? Yeah, now I know.
And she's single and she likes being single. And even this article was like, I don't even want to talk. The only time my friends are interested is if I'm dating someone. They're not interested in everything else I'm doing. And I was like, you know what? Amazing for her. So I was like, so we all had something to relate to.
Yeah.
At this one, which, you know, is good or not good, but something about we're like menopause. We're all doing that together. That's something we can all talk about.
Common ground.
I know. We're like, they're like, I'm going to send you a podcast. What are you on hormones?
Oh my
so I was
gosh.
like, oh, great.
So
this is
funny.
fun.
Yeah, awesome.
Something to look forward to for you. Yeah. The good news is you can go out with your kids and have a great time.
Yeah.
The bad news is women will be going through menopause.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's happening so much sooner for a lot of women.
Yeah. And I was going to tell you. I think I don't know if I wrote this down or if I was going to tell you, or if I just took a picture of it. But speaking of another New York story, and I just read this yesterday as we were talking about it. Senator, this is it. New York Senator Kristen Gillibrand, amazing, and Halle Berry unveiled $275 million bill to boost menopause care.
Wow, that's amazing.
I mean, there's no research, there's no information, and I love that New York is leading the charge.
Well, she's very much Gillibrand. She's very much like in the front always.
I know. She really is. She really is. And I love that she's local. Like, we work with her team all the time on anything related to Long Island. She's very responsive. But I was like, we were talking about it, and I'm just on a tirade right now. No offense, to the gentleman listening, but it's interesting if you think. So my girlfriend who was on all the hormone replacement, and she's like, by the way, none of this is covered.
Oh,
none of it's covered under insurance. This is anything from is all out of pocket.
That's unbelievable
for women's healthcare, and it impacts every single woman in America.
Yep.
And yet, what is covered under insurance? Viagra.
Yeah,
you can get that covered. Not women's healthcare for menopause.
Yeah.
So cheers to Halle Berry and Senator Gillibrand. I was like, way to go.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I always like, look for that New York connection. Anyway, I was on a rant there, but I was like, that's crazy. It's true. Like, so be mindful of that. We just got through Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And you never know what somebody else is going through. And so sometimes you just have to find those people that relate to you. So I'm excited to have Debbie here.
Exactly.
So we can talk about our kids and stuff. Yeah. It's nice to have somebody that like knows what you're going through.
Right. Exactly.
So anyway, cheers to, and to have people and to tap on that. And speaking of, May is Mental Health Month.
Yeah.
Also, and it's really important for your mental health to have those outlets of people and the girlfriends that you can get together with and talk about these things, or your family.
And there's certain things like, with there's certain people that you can talk about things with, and there's certain people to stay away from those conversations. And it's always nice to have, like, for mental health, like having that outlet, having that,
and that network of people is so important. And making sure you're carving out time for self-care. And we have so many ways you can do that on Long Island. I love Dr. Joy Moy on TikTok, and I was looking at even our Mother's Day blog that had all of this stuff from Aram Spa and Alexandra Accardo. Just you got to do it.
Yeah.
Take time for you. Even walk on the beach.
Right.
Totally free.
That's what I was just going to say. Go watch a sunset or a sunrise if you
in the Target parking lot.
In the Target
with Sharon.
parking lot or at Duck Stadium. It's true. I mean, we are surrounded by water, and water is known to, just the sound of the waves. If you think about it, if you go to a spa, if you go to therapy of any sort, there's like the ocean wave sound.
Yes.
Like that's how I put my kids to sleep. Alexa, play ocean waves.
Oh.
They go to bed.
I hadn't thought about using Alexa. I have a white noise thing on my phone that I use. I just use it. Ocean waves.
Ocean waves.
It's totally calming, and what an incredible. So you can visit the ocean if you're not lucky enough to live on Long Island.
Right.
You can visit us.
Yes.
And May is the perfect month to do that for mental health.
It's something in the salt water that's just in the salt water.
Yes.
It's very much important to just decompress, find yourself again, find that sweet spot where you're in a good.
And you can
zone.
do something like wellness related, or you can just take a walk in the beach or in one of our beautiful gardens that are all blooming.
Yes.
It's wild.
Beautiful. It just reminded me that I just saw this meme that it was like, exercise is also a form for some people
true.
of, who need that escape, I guess. And it was a meme that was like, why do I have to bust my 4 to 5 days a week exercising to feel and look good, but my cat can like do parkour, have 9 lives and still look good.
Just sleep all day.
Sleep all day.
Yeah,
I was like,
I don't
that's
know.
true.
That's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's that'll be another study, like how cats deal with like why cats are always so relaxed
And like
and confident.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's great. But for those of you that are going through anything mental health related, please just make sure you reach out to somebody.
Yeah.
It's so important,
to find that outlet.
Tomorrow's another day. Everyone's going through things. Please just make sure, take a walk on the beach and do something for you. And maybe what would also help you is our new blog post.
Yes. Best Long Island bars with live music.
Music is therapy
live
for the
music.
soul. Yeah,
exactly. And it's funny. My mom is she makes me laugh because she's turning 80 this year, and she's like, all she wants to do is go out and listen to live music.
That's
so
cool.
I'm like, that's awesome. And I just saw that we had a blog about it. I'm like, because I'm thinking like, where can I take her that there's like a good band that she would like to listen to? Nothing like, crazy. And it's good that we have this blog because there's plenty of places like Mulcahy's in Wantagh. Awesome place.
Always the best. Yeah. They have the most amazing performances.
They're doing like a lot of, I feel like they do a lot of Taylor Swift stuff.
That's
right?
probably
Like
why I
these
love them.
like pop
That's
up
why I love
things.
them.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's be real.
Let's be real. American Standard Whiskey Bar and Grill. I love this place in Bayshore. The Village Idiot Pub in Patchogue, Lake Grove, and Oakdale. And Bistro 58 and Jake's 58, Islandia. These are just some of the places that
you can catch live music.
Yeah.
And the Paramount and Jones Beach Theater. I mean, the summer is the time for live music.
Yeah.
There are a lot of there's a Montauk Music Festival is coming up. The South Shore. What's the big one on the Taste the South Shore? But there's also Save the Great South Bay, the Great South Bay Music Festival.
Yeah.
You've got to just make sure you're following our social. Go on our app or on our stuff. Our events change, update every single day. So there's music festivals constantly.
Yeah.
Long Island, you can just randomly stroll through our downtowns. This has happened to me, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't even have to plan it.
Right.
You'll just be like out having a little like rosé, and then you're like, is that music?
I hear music.
And follow it. It's like a moth to the flame.
Exactly. And a lot of them in the summertime, they'll do they'll open all their windows and doors, at the restaurant so you can
truly
hear
magical.
It's so awesome.
I know. So music is everywhere on Long Island. So especially in the summer. So, but you can check out our blog for the actual specifics. And it's also, Sharon, International Museum Day.
Yes, I love this because we have plenty. We have a plethora of museums on Long Island. I mean, we really do. And there's a national day for everything, right? So
exactly.
That's awesome. But Long Island Museum of American Art, History, and Carriages in Stony Brook. This is such a great museum. It's by you in the North Shore. And then another favorite is Long Island Music and Entertainment Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I know. I love them. But yeah, they're so great. They're in Stony Brook and they're just bringing it.
I just saw they're doing the Billy Joel exhibit, obviously, but they're doing a lot of promotion for it, which is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, they're really cool. One of my favorite ones that we were just talking about today in one of our meetings is the new Navy SEAL Museum in West Sayville.
Yes.
It's so great because it's about a Long Island Navy SEAL that was instrumental in, capturing, taking down Osama bin Laden and what he sacrificed. And
oh my gosh. The story is just incredible.
It's a Long Island family and it's a great dedication to what all the Navy SEALs and all of our veterans do for us all the time. So you got to go to that one. And there's a million zillion other ones.
Like I said, a plethora.
Yeah. I mean, Long Island, that's the cool thing is there's so much art and culture and history on Long Island too. So
yeah,
you want to mention a couple others or?
No, I was just reading through them. I think we mentioned them a lot as the Long Island Children's Museum in Garden City, which is really a fun place to take your kids because it's hands-on. It's awesome.
Yeah, I love that. It's also themed Long Island, so it's got like they get on the Long Island Railroad,
Right.
and it's really
It's so
cute.
cool.
I mean, it's not if you've been to children's museums, other places, and you're just visiting here, it's a great way to get your kids to like acclimated to Long Island culture and life, that they can touch and feel everything.
They have like a news station. It's so cute.
They have a
The
News 12
so
where you
cute.
can be a newscaster. It's so cute. I love that museum, and it's good because it's almost time for kids to be out of school.
Yeah.
And, it's hard to keep them entertained.
And if I'm predicting this summer the way I have been, I feel like every weekend it's going to rain.
Don't say that.
I know.
Stop it.
I'm not a Debbie Downer. I'm sorry.
Positive energy. Don't say that. No, I mean, it's been awesome. The weather's been awesome. So speaking of, though, the weekends on Long Island, a lot of stuff coming up this coming weekend. This is really cool. Would you do this? I was
just gonna say we should totally do this.
So there's a murder mystery weekend at the Pridwin on Shelter Island. First of all, I'm obsessed with the Pridwin.
Obsessed. Who was I talking to? Was I talking to you,
Debbie? Have you been to the Pridwin? She has.
Oh my gosh.
We're obsessed. I try to get Kenzie to work there this summer, but she's too busy.
Sorry.
So I know. I'm like, can I go back in time and work there?
Seriously.
Because I would work there.
This is everything.
I want to pay.
Awesome.
I'm going to pay to be there.
Right. Exactly. Let me just
pay me to be there.
I'll wipe tables. I don't mind.
Oh my God. It is so cool. And a murder mystery.
Cool.
That
murder
would be
mystery there. That's
they're
awesome.
always doing fun stuff. And what else is there? Barron's Cove too in Sag Harbor.
Taub family wine dinner.
Yeah, family wine dinner.
I love that. And then we talked about Montauk Music Festival at Navy Beach Restaurant all weekend long.
Yeah, and that's on Friday, the 17th, May 17th. And then on Saturday, there's a bunch of stuff too. This is always a huge one, speaking of museums.
Yeah, you
Cradle
love this.
Con.
You love this one, right?
Well, I love Cradle of Aviation Museum anyway, but Cradle Con is like their big, giant, event about, and it happens every year at the Cradle of Aviation in Garden City.
That sounds so much fun. And then Long Island Whiskey and Spirits Fest with Arsenal Productions at Tanger Outlets in Deer Park. Oh, they're giving us all the hot teas a discounted code if you use code DiscoverLI for 40% off.
Yeah, that is, by the way, really cool. So that's the Long Island Whiskey and Spirits Fest with Arsenal Productions at the Tanger Outlets in Deer Park, the specific Deer Park
so
one.
Cool.
And it's DiscoverLI, 40% off.
Yeah. Awesome.
I know. We're bringing it for you guys. I'm telling you. Speaking of, you were talking about your 80-year-old mom.
Yes.
So we were all over. Our family was all over this past week.
Yeah, like all over the country.
Because Finnegan went with me, right, to Arizona, and then he stayed behind. So stayed behind with my dad because Finnegan is thinking about moving to Arizona.
Okay.
And he might want to live with my dad.
Okay.
And so we were like, test run. So the logistics. Kenzie flew back.
Yeah.
Finnegan stayed. I flew to LA. And then Finnegan and I flew. He flew from Phoenix and LA. We flew back to JFK within an hour and a half of each other. So then he waited, and then we drove home together. It was like people everywhere. And Thomas is in Indianapolis for his conference. So it's crazy. So I was talking to Thomas a couple days ago, and I was like, I was watching like Al Roker on the weather, and all those tornadoes went through.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, it looks like tornadoes were hitting Chicago. So you should call Penelope and your mom and make sure they're okay. Because my mother-in-law, they still live in Chicago. We were just there a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And so he checked on him. He's like, they're fine. So I'm talking to him last night, and he's like, yeah, by the way, we all missed my mother-in-law's birthday. Yep.
Me, Mom.
Michael's looking at me like, everyone, it's like 16 candles.
Oh.
Everyone forgot Mima's birthday.
Oh,
because we were all in
disheveled. You're everywhere.
And the worst part is, Thomas is like, I texted her about the weather.
Oh, God.
I texted her about, and she's like, no, I'm fine. He's like, cool, okay.
Oh, man.
He did send a gift.
Okay, good.
In advance. So she had a gift.
Good.
But like all the grandkids, I told the girls, and I'm like, guess what? We forgot Mima's birthday. And everyone's like, oh my gosh. So yeah.
That's rough.
That's got that going for us. That's where our family's at right now.
I know. Well, you're
scattered
everywhere.
Scattered. So crazy. Yeah. But it's been insane. I was like, so never do that. I mean, remember last week when I was like, don't phone in Mother's Day?
Yes, I was just going to say, don't phone in the birthdays.
or just forget them.
Right.
And just completely blow them off.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, Mima. We love you.
Yeah.
Hope you had a happy birthday.
I'm sure she did.
We'll make it up to you.
Yes.
Somehow. So never do that, by the way. Learn from that. Do you have any celebrity? Did you watch them?
I do.
Okay. Did you watch the Met Gala? I wasn't sure.
No, I did not.
Okay.
You know what I did watch?
What'd you watch?
Was the roast of the goat.
Oh, yeah.
The Tom Brady roast.
Yeah, that was, I don't know why people do that. Why
would you want to, first of all?
Why? I was trying to figure it out. Like, does it go to charity? Does everybody get paid?
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure there's some
They
sort
should
of.
say it, because why would you subject yourself to that?
Well, he's retired for the 100th time, but he's retired, so now it's done. But I have so much mixed reviews on this. I mean, the comedians, Kevin Hart hosted it.
Yes, love him.
I love him, but 2+ hours of Kevin Hart, I'm like, okay, enough.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Shh, Kevin. But I'm gonna say, like, it was true comedy that nobody held back. Nobody held back on anything.
I feel like it's
there
mean.
was so much mean.
I don't like it.
They were mean, and they were referencing a lot of like
Offensive.
It was very offensive, but whatever, stand-up comedy, right? So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I mean, that's what they're
and
supposed to
those
do.
people, the lineup, the cast.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they do. But I thought it was good. He's just too pretty. Like, I just can't even handle his prettiness. Like, he's just a live Ken doll. Like, he's gorgeous.
Yeah. I saw, so Nikki Glazer, who was one of the comedians.
Killed it. She
really
hilarious.
did. She was on Howard Stern.
She's
And I was
hilarious.
listening to her this morning, and she was talking about how they prep for that. It's a career-changing thing.
So what I was wondering too, like, because a lot of them are like, I wrote that myself. Like, so who?
They have a team of writers.
Okay.
She's like, I pay people to be on, like, to help me prepare, because they know it's on Netflix, it's live, everyone's talking about it like we are. But I liked one of her jokes that I'll clean up for our podcast.
Yes.
But she was like, people are always talking about me and being crazy sick, but I'm with my boyfriend for 10 years. He's the love of my life. He's so great. He's in the audience, and I just love you, babe, so much. Thanks for your support. But I would literally shoot you in the face for a lottery ticket to be with Tom Brady. Yes. That's how beautiful he is. And I was like,
I mean, I couldn't even like, I was a huge Patriots fan for many years, and like,
she's like, just for a lottery ticket, just to have the potential to be with him. And she's like, he's way better in person than you've ever seen.
She was standing like 20 feet away from him, and she's like, I can't even stand this close. Like, it was, it was so funny.
Yeah,
it was rough. I mean, it was like,
I would never recover from that.
It took me like 4 days to watch it.
I wouldn't. I don't know.
Because it was so long, and it was like, it was a lot. But also, my other celebrity is that, did you hear Swifties are literally flying to Europe for her Eras tour because it's cheaper.
It's cheaper. And also because now the Tortured Poets department is out. So she's like working in some of those songs.
Is she? Okay.
Yeah. I'm excited. I would do it. And plus,
I mean, they're saying like literally you can just fly to Paris and see her, and like it's like half the price of tickets here domestically. Like, it's crazy.
I would totally do it. I'm excited. I saw a TikTok of like a DJ playing one of her new songs. Mm-hmm. I love her. I can't remember the name. I'm going to butcher the name, but it's the one where she talks about, how she has to fake it and do everything with a broken heart. Oh. She's like, I hit my marks. I'm so depressed. I act like it's my birthday. And, sometimes you got to do that.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We talk a lot about anxiety and mental health and things like that. And she was doing her Eras tour with a broken heart.
Yeah.
And that's hard, and you wouldn't have known it. I mean, so sometimes you've just got to power through. Yep. And now look at her today, and she's on top. So make sure if you're going through something, like they say, when you're going through hell, just keep going. Yeah. Keep going. But I would totally do that. I would go see Taylor Swift in Europe. Love it. Anytime. That Tortured Poets, I'm obsessed with it.
I love it. I love it.
Okay, before Michael's here, he's not going to like this. But the Met Gala, Kim K. I mean, Michael, I need to know. I know you love Kim K, but tell me that wasn't just ridiculous.
What was it? The sweater?
The sweater, first of all, but the waist
cinching.
It's not okay. I feel like it's not okay.
Well, the waist I thought was iconic. The sweater is where everybody seems to be lost.
What was
I
the
just
point?
didn't care because she was blonde and I was happy, and I got a picture with her that night. So
I just the thing I think about the waist, iconic. Okay, but also for women, what is that saying to women?
that anybody can do it.
No, that she is. That's really a lot of pressure to try and put on women to have an 11-inch
Well, that was
waist.
a corset.
Yeah, but it's
know.
crazy.
I mean,
Did you hear it?
It was, a corset. Like, and any person could put on a corset, not maybe look that cinched, but
Yeah.
it's possible.
I don't know.
You know?
I feel it feels like it's like torture.
Yeah, it's torture.
Yeah.
People do
It's
that,
torturous.
and they'll wear it.
I mean,
for
that's
like,
actual torture. And now,
Beauty
great.
is pain, right?
Yeah,
Fashion,
I guess.
you know.
Don't
But
breathe.
why the
Suffocate.
sweater?
Don't breathe.
Okay, so the sweater, I heard somebody said that there was clearly a wardrobe malfunction.
And she just was lucky enough to have a
So
gray sweater.
she said that it was like supposed to be, I'm going to like the fairy forest or something, but then I quickly grabbed my boyfriend's sweater.
Yeah, like what?
Or something. So I even was like,
No,
what?
that sweater fits on no man.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
a tiny petite thing. No, somebody said she had to have a wardrobe malfunction, but I was like,
Funny. Who actually sat in 20 pounds of or 200 pounds of Epsom salt? Who was that? I just read that.
Ooh,
I don't remember.
her
I want to say
name.
Jessica.
It
was
was
it Jessica
No,
Biel?
no.
It was crazy. I
But
love
like,
the Met
why
Gala.
would you do that?
And listen, it's all about being outrageous, and she did something right because everyone's talking about it.
Yeah, well, yeah, she always does.
Tyla, her name is.
No,
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just not familiar with her.
I don't know anybody.
What'd you think
anymore.
of Kim at the roast, though?
Well, funny enough, I wasn't going to say it because I know how much you love her. And I love her too, honestly. Like she's so super smart. It's amazing.
I do love Kim K too, but
Since it was live, she was booed off. She was being
So
booed
she
off.
was booed when she came on, and
yeah,
it was like
nobody was
really
like,
bad.
why the heck was Kim Kardashian
But then they
there?
edited it out, which
They
was
edited
nice.
it out. But I loved that what Tom Brady said in the end.
Oh, that was
hilarious.
crazy.
He's like, Kim, I know you're really nervous about being here, and it's okay. But I know you're not nervous about actually being here. You're nervous about your kids being home with their dad.
gosh, yeah, exactly.
But I have some celebrity from Courtney who just texted us.
okay.
Let's hear it.
Haley Bieber just announced that she's pregnant.
Oh, good for her.
yay.
Cheers to Haley, the Biebs.
The
Oh,
Biebs.
good. Good for them. That's some positive news
And I love that Courtney's texting us saying like,
for the pod.
Here's some celebrity.
Courtney's our communications guru. Love her. Speaking of trying to fit into that cinched waist thing, before we wrap up, I tell you this. Did you hear that Equinox, the gym, just launched a $40,000 membership?
what?
Yeah. It helps you, it's to help you live longer. So the Optimize program starts with a battery of tests for 100 biomarkers, everything from heart, liver, and kidney health to
like trackers?
metabolic and immune systems. I'm what was it? Theranos. Remember that? The blood test that was
yes.
supposed to be able to, I don't know what they're doing, but
That's interesting.
for $40,000, I better be able to fit into that Kim
Cincher.
K thing. Because
I don't even want to.
exactly, it was weird.
Like I think it's just, I don't know. Like Michael's saying, it's iconic. I get it, like the figure, but
I mean, we're all talking about it.
yeah, we're all talking about it. But
So that's the power of her and everything, and the
Yeah.
dumb sweater.
I want to know what's with Coco and her, Michael. There's beef there. I don't know what's happening.
Coco and
Chloe and Kim.
oh yeah, in the trailer. I think that it's just because that Chloe doesn't go out. She doesn't go out. She likes to stay home in LA. She has severe anxiety. She doesn't like being on red carpets
God,
because the
same.
media destroyed this woman
Yeah.
for her weight when she was in her 20s. So, she just is not into it anymore. And honestly, they're all over the place.
Yeah.
So she now uses it kind of as an excuse, but a good one, that she's there. She's holding the fort down, in
Yeah.
case the kids
Yeah.
need, so the
Yeah,
kids
yeah.
don't need to be with the nannies the whole
Right,
weekend,
right,
So,
right. Makes sense.
yeah, so it seems like that's what's
What it
going
was.
on there.
So
Yeah.
I'll finish with this because it's funny. I wasn't necessarily going to tell this story, but you just reminded me. I got to see my niece Pierce
Yes.
and my nephew when I was in Phoenix, and I love spending time with them. And every time I see them, they're so cute. And she's 6, and she's just finishing first grade, so she wanted to read me her favorite book. And she's sitting down and she's reading me her favorite book, and it's called something like "Poppy Doesn't Like to Party." And she's reading me her book, and I was like, this is my new favorite book, Pierce. I was like, this book is about me because it's like, Poppy's like, I've got this party to go to. Oh, I don't want to go. I'm going to wear the wrong party hat. I'm going to bring the wrong present that makes me poof up and be nervous. And then it was like, oh, why did I say yes to going to this party? I'm like,
no.
Question I ask myself every time I go to any. I was like, bring it in, sweetie. I was like, it's in the jeans.
Oh my
my
God,
little sweet niece.
so
I'm like,
funny.
girl.
Yeah.
It never
hilarious.
changes. Why did I'm like, I asked myself that. My sister's just crying, laughing.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? And then guess what? Poppy goes to the party. It's fine.
And she has a good time.
It's fine.
Well, you're hysterical today. Like yesterday, we're emailing back and forth, and you're like, "What is that on my calendar? What is that?" And I'm like, "You remember we talked about going?" And you're like, "Never again."
Yeah.
Do I book anything
Yes.
the day that I come back from a conference? And I'm like, I know.
I know you tried to.
it.
So yeah, we have to. There's a lot of wonderful things we get invited to,
Yeah.
and I want to go to all of them, and they all sound good.
Yeah.
When you're confirming,
Yes.
sure, a month before, I'll go to that. I'll be back. I'll go. I've got the night free, and then I'm like, of course, after being gone for a week, I'm looking at my calendar. I'm like, Sharon, what is this? I don't even remember what it was.
The best part is like your tone in the email.
And you're like, remember, it's this person, and they said to come. And I was like, no. And also never again. Like, why? The day I get back after being gone for a week, I can't be out.
No,
I need
exactly.
to be in.
Goes back to Mental Health Awareness Month.
Exactly.
And saying no and prioritizing yourself and protecting your peace.
Yes.
I just loved it that my little niece was like, this is her favorite book.
I love it.
She doesn't. I'm like, girl,
Is
yes.
it like Poppy the Trolls? That's what I think it is.
Yes.
Yeah, it's so cute. She is you.
Poppy the Troll is me. Great.
You have to watch a movie. She's like the party animal, loves everybody, but then she's like, no.
Okay.
So cute.
Yeah, that's my character.
Yeah,
and
that's funny.
and it's my niece's favorite character too. And it was so cute. She was like, I'm going on the plane. She's like, I don't want you to go. And I'm like, but she's almost at the age where she can come to New York.
Yeah. Are they going to come this summer? Because they normally come around.
They're not coming, but
no.
it's fine. She's almost at the. I'm like, she'll be able to come. She's my next little girl project, and she'll be able to come, and then I'll get to take her to New York City and do all the fun stuff all over again.
Oh my God, I love it.
I know, it's awesome. Anyway, Hot Teas, I hope we regaled you with some fun stories this week, and that you're into all the drama that we're into. And make sure you are going to Discover Long Island, following our blogs, following our social, because we have a jam-packed summer for you coming up.
Oh my God.
It's just
so exciting.
Beginning. So leave us 5 stars if you like this content. And make sure you DM us and tune in next week.
See you next week.
The Long Island Tea Podcast is brought to you by Discover Long Island. For exclusive access to contests and promotions, follow Long Island Tea Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And for questions, comments, and collaborative inquiries, email spillthetea@discoverlongisland.com.